If you watched this past weekend's message from Pastor Jim and have been tracking with our divas thus far, you might be thinking, okay, doubt is a natural part of my faith journey, but what am I supposed to do to reconcile them? Quick side note, if you did miss the kickoff of our latest series, Doubt, I encourage you to get caught up on Meck's YouTube channel, the Meck App, or Meck's on-demand library. But back to your question, because it's a fair question. We don't want to wrestle endlessly with the same doubt, but it also isn't something we can typically reconcile on our own. Let's look at 3 ways we can responsibly examine doubt. First is the Bible. We talked about this a little bit in the previous Divas. Getting to know who God is and what type of life He offers and calls us to is an essential part of dealing with doubt. Is the doubt you're having even true to God's word, or is it the opinion of someone else? The Bible is God's word to us, so it's the very best place to start as you examine a doubt you have in relation to Him. The Bible is a big book, and unfortunately for these purposes, not in order by topic. So you might use something called a Bible dictionary to find where a certain topic is discussed. Secondly is godly counsel. Years ago, I remember a mentor telling me about hearing a podcast that made a claim about a Bible story that, as she put it, pricked her ears up a bit. She hadn't heard this interpretation before and wasn't sure whether it was even true. After turning to the Bible and not finding any more clarity than the original story had offered, she turned to someone who could help her. She found someone who knew the Bible better than her, had studied it longer than her, and who could shed some light on the opinion she had heard. We see this type of counsel time and time again in the Bible as God sets His people up with others ahead of them to guide and offer help. Taking doubt or question to somebody who can help you root your examination in truth about God is a great step to take. Last is prayer. As we talked about in an earlier Devo this week, some things about God will remain a mystery to us. Other doubts and questions we have might not be pacified with a simple Bible search and conversation. During these longer examinations, we can remain in a faithful relationship with God by bringing our doubts and concerns to Him directly. We can ask for guidance, a fortified faith, or even a peace of not knowing are all ways that we can partner with God and keep from going radio silent with Him in the face of doubt. As you examine your doubts, whatever they may be, I pray that you'll remember that God is not intimidated by your questions. His love for you won't falter, and He remains faithful to us even when our faith feels shaky.